Welcome to Geek Vault. It's your boy Dre. It is winding up 2022, and the top five figure list is happening. It took a little bit, and watching several YouTube videos, most recently watching Yukon Phil's. Phil is a new friend of mine, and he's a definitely really great toy hunter and YouTuber. If you guys haven't watched that video, check out a couple of videos ago. He was on my channel. Loved interviewing him. Loved chatting with him, and he did a top 10 list of the best figures that he picked up, and then a top 10 figures of the worst figures he's gotten. So I'm doing two top five lists. This top five list is specifically geared towards my pickups for the year of 2022. So these are figures that came out in 2022. So that's going to leave not a whole mess of options outside of certain brands. Certain things got delayed, some things came out late, some things I missed out the pre-orders, some other ones I just canceled the pre-orders because of no funds. But let's start with an honorable mention because I have to start with the honorable mention, and I'm going to start it off here. There are two. The first one is Black Adam, Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I absolutely love this figure. It was one that my wife had pre-ordered for me for my birthday. This was the one she had pre-ordered, and actually I think it was this one too because I got all three. I have the cloaked one, the released one, and then I got the one with the throne, the black label. So, yeah, Colin, I know you make fun of people that did not need three different variations of the same figure, but I love The Rock and it is dope. Do I wish that this could have been in the top five? It could have been if this cloak was material. But SH Figure Arts is fixing that by releasing a variation with a wired cloak, which I'm very impressed with because Mayfix usually is the only company that does that. So we're getting that in June of 2023. So we'll check that out and see when it comes out. So I'll do a review on that. But yeah, he had to make it. And this is obviously McFarlane, DC Multiverse, McFarlane Toys. Now, the other honorable mention, I'm going to wait till later in the list to pull. Now, number five on my list is this right here, John Constantine. This is, and I have his little book here that goes in his hand. This is the McFarlane Page Puncher, and I don't even know where to begin. This figure's dope. I mean, I waited for this for my birthday. Pardon me, I got all choked up. It was my birthday, my 44th. I don't know why I'm getting choked up. But I wanted this figure. We never have gotten a Constantine figure that looked awesome. This was the first one that we gotten because we all been waiting for the Mesco one, which snuck out finally, and then now you can't find it anywhere. So thanks, Mesco. I had you pre-ordered at my local comic book shop, and they still never gotten it. So I don't know what's going on with that. But this is a damn good figure. It is a page puncher. The comic book was crap. The card it came with, I don't care about. But we get the tome, we get magic effects, we get a regular hand with a cigarette in it, and we get the comic book accurate John Constantine. I think it's a damn good figure. The Hellblazer. So he comes in at number 5. Now, number 4. Number 4 is a tough one because I love the line. I stopped collecting it. There's only certain characters I have purchased and kept, and other ones I've gotten rid of. But this one, I mean, hands down, I think he is, by leaps and bounds, many people have said that he is one of the Kit Bash favorites of the G.I. Joe classified line. If you guys know what I'm talking about, we're talking about Spirit. This G.I. Joe classified is amazing. I think he's probably one of the best classified figures they've made. He's a person of color, which I think is awesome. And the fact that his armor and his just overall figure is well detailed. I mean, he looks awesome on the McFarlane Black Stallion that they made for the build a horse figure. I think that looks awesome. So yeah, he comes in at number 4. He would have come in higher on my list, but because I've dropped the line, he dropped in the list. But at least he still made the top 5. I do have all his accessories here. Now, number 3. Number three is not a difficult figure. I think that a lot of people love it. I personally loved it, and it's our boy right here, Cobb Vanth. This is from Book of Boba Fett. It is a Star Wars Black Series. I think they considered him a deluxe figure. Um, I had him pre-ordered, and it took forever and a day, and he finally came. And Timothy Oliphant, they did a great job on the head scan. Love the character in the show. Can't wait for him to come back. You know, and I just think it's an awesome figure. Why didn't he make the top of the list? Price point, availability. 34.99 for this guy was not really worth it for the price, but for when you look at it as a piece of art, it actually is a very well done figure. He makes the top three, and I absolutely love the character from the show, The Book of Boba Fett, and he's which I call Book of Boba Fett Mandalorian 2.0, so or season 2.5. Now we are entering into the top three, and the top three is where I'm going to take a break for 1 second to talk about the other honorable mention. Now, this one I haven't opened yet, and I looked all over for it. It was a recent pickup, as in a couple months ago. When I say recent, um, I own already a couple other variations of this figure. It is from the AEW Unrivaled line. It is the Unrivaled Supreme Collection, Walmart exclusive, Cody Rhodes. Now, do I expect us to be getting an Ultimate Edition? Yes, they've already stated they're going to be making it. Now, is it going to be just like them buying the mold and from Jazzwares and literally giving us the same figure repackaged? I don't know, but WWE has never ever, or I should say Mattel has never given us extra bottom like body parts. And, this is just an amazing figure. Great Walmart exclusive. I do need to get the regular variation of this with a different color scheme, but he was one that I wanted to mention. Wrestling figures have also fallen off my list. It's an honorable mention because I love Cody Rhodes. Um, and I love the fact that we actually got a wrestling figure that had alternate body parts, including an alternate torso. I know that they've just released the Malachi and the Kenny Omega, so I will be looking for the Malachi Black because he looks dope. Now, okay, so we interrupted this footage because somehow my video just stopped working. So the camera, I had to switch cameras. So I apologize. So this figure, Yukon Phil, as I was saying before, mentioned this in his video, and where he mentioned that he's a Batman collector. Now, I am not a Batman collector as much as I love Batman, I do, but I love the DC multiverse line. Batman's one of my favorite superheroes, but as far as like saying a I only collect the Batman figures. There's so many good figures that it's hard to just say I want to pick Batman. And this one, I've been reading the comic book and it was amazing, so I had to get the figure. But it's a toss up between two variations of this guy. First is War World Superman. This is an amazing figure. If you are into like Mythic Legions or like you wanted to like mix media some of your heroes and your characters, this looks awesome. He comes with like an axe and a shield, just got the broken chains and the grizzled beard, the gray hair, an amazing figure. But I couldn't just give it to this one because it was hard given the third slot just to this, because I mean it's an amazing figure. But I had to give it to this Superman, which I consider to be, this is high praise. I say this is the best Superman figure they've made for the price point. I'm going to correct myself, for the price point. The Page Puncher Superman. Hands down, I think he is the best Superman figure you can get for $20. You get a stand, you get a comic book, you get a card, you get a figure that's got very good points of articulation, looks as close to comic book accurate as possible, has some great coloring, and just the paint apps on it are fantastic. It is a mainstay in my collection, a beautiful piece, and yes, this is like I said, you have to give third place to these two. It's hard to pick which one I consider the best Superman figure, but both of these came out this year. both of these get the third place spot. Now, ironically enough, I'm an open box collector. I do not like to keep my stuff in boxes. But be prepared, T3, to be tearing me up, because obviously I do have some figures that need to come out their boxes. And here's one of them. Number 2 on the list, the anniversary Captain America. This is a beautiful, beautiful Marvel Legend. Every single person I know that I've watched on YouTube have given this, and even Cincy Nerd, I know he said on his YouTube this past summer, this figure he is putting as figure of the year. Like it was already in contention. I mean, between the blast effects, the alternate head sculpt, the retro card packaging, he's a beautiful figure. I love it. Absolutely was a grand slam, easy pick for me. Thanks to my local comic book shop. So yes, I got this months ago, and I still believe this figure is going to be number 2. It should have been number 1, but I had to look up something and do some research. Now, the number 1 figure of 2022. Now I got confused and I had to look at when it was originally released and then when they did a reissue of this. So the number 1 figure for 2022. If I didn't put a Spider-Man figure in this video, I would expect a lot of comments because I am a huge Spider-Man collector. It is the Sentinel Miles Morales Into the Spider-Verse GameStop exclusive. Now a lot of people were like, "But Dre, this came out over the summer and it's GameStop. You hate GameStop." Yeah, I despise GameStop. They're pieces of shit. I hate them. And they're terrible. But when you put an exclusive Miles Morales figure, which they had 2 this year, the Marvel Legend, which I hunted for and I got from their store, and this bad boy, which I got around the same day, the same week, it was a very good find. This figure, I think, is for any Miles Morales fan, it is the best figure. I'm waiting to see the Big Bad Toys exclusive see-through variant, which we're getting next spring, of the same figure. And then I know they did the reissue, which I didn't really like the reissue. They didn't change anything with it, but this was perfect. So I would say if you are a Spider-Man fan, it is a must for your collection. It is a must for any Sentinel lover. I mean, the price point's high. I'm not gonna lie. GameStop sold this for $89.99. I know if you try to look for it now, it's $150. The first issue, the current reissue is $100. So I wish you the best of luck to find it. But this is my top 5 picks for 2022. Do I look forward to 2023? Yes, there are a ton of great figures coming out on the horizon. DC Multiverse has been putting out hitting bangers. We're seeing Mezco put out bangers. Everybody's been putting out heat. So we'll just have to wait and see. So if you like this video, smash the thumbs up. If you disliked it, put a thumbs down. You have a right to your opinion. And if you want to comment, tell me your top 5 figures, please, and comment below. Let me know. I want to see what your top 5 list was. And if you have an honorable mention, throw them in there as well. As always, my friends, thanks for watching, and stay geeky, y'all. Peace.